Los Angeles has been placed in lockdown since the early hours of this morning, following 5 consecutive days of violent unrest. The restrictions, running from 8 p.m. till 6 a.m, began on Tuesday evening and are expected to continue for multiple days. The lockdown zone covers approximately 1 square mile surrounding the violence's epicentre in downtown LA. LA Mayor Karen Bass said, "If you do not live or work in downtown LA, avoid the area. Law enforcement will arrest individuals who break the curfew, and you will be prosecuted."
I wanted to let the city know that I have declared a local emergency and issued a curfew for downtown Los Angeles to stop the vandalism, to stop the looting. Many businesses have now been affected by or vandalized. Last night, there were 23 businesses that were looted. And I think that if you drive through downtown LA, the graffiti is everywhere and has caused significant damages to businesses and a number of properties.
Within an hour of the curfew announcement, Governor Gavin Newsom delivered a scathing televised address targeting President Trump.
But we do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces, not in LA, not in California, not anywhere. Trump is pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities, they're traumatizing our communities. And that seems to be the entire point. Just yesterday, we filed a legal challenge to Donald Trump's reckless deployment of American troops to a major American city. Today, we sought an emergency court order to stop the use of the American military to engage in law enforcement activities across Los Angeles. If some of us could be snatched off the streets without a warrant, based only on suspicion or skin color, then none of us are safe. And we all know this Saturday, he's ordering our American heroes, the United States military, and forcing them to put on a vulgar display to celebrate his birthday, just as other failed dictators have done in the past. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next. Democracy is next. Democracy is under assault before our eyes. This moment we have feared has arrived.
The LA mayor also disclosed that at least 23 businesses have fallen victim to looting during the ongoing disorder. She also denounced the disturbing footage that has surfaced from the days of destruction. She said, "Some of the imagery of the protests and the violence gives the appearance as though this is a citywide crisis, and it is not. A curfew has been in consideration for several days, but clearly after the violence that took place last night, and just the extensive, widespread nature of the vandalism, we've reached a tipping point." The federal government's response intensified when Trump ordered 700 Marines and 4,100 National Guard personnel to Los Angeles. Trump has raised the possibility of invoking the Insurrection Act to quell the riots. He stated, "If there's an insurrection, I would certainly invoke it. We'll see, but I can tell you last night was terrible." The president repeatedly characterized those involved in the unrest as bad, sick people and agitators, claiming they were being paid to create chaos. Further discussion on the riots has taken place on GB News, with Patrick Christie's weighing in on the issue recently.
I can go, I believe, live now to America, because just before we get stuck into all of these headlines with my panel, look, clearly one of the big stories, and we'll get some footage of it, is what's happening live in America, which is the ongoing, basically, riots over there, over Trump trying to deport illegal migration. I can go now to Lisa Bloom, who's an American attorney who is in Los Angeles. So thank you very much, Lisa. Tremendous to have you on the show. Firstly, you seem safe, but are you? What's it like over there, and is it really mostly peaceful?
So this is only a few blocks. Los Angeles is a giant city of over 10 million people. I can hear helicopters going over because I'm only a few miles away. But really, this is not cause for concern for 99% of LA.
Right, OK, so just talk me through exactly what we're seeing. I mean, in terms of, like, you know, people setting fires to stuff and all of that. I think that apparently the live feed has gone down LA, so we're trying to restore that. But, you know, it looks pretty tight. And Trump's brought in 700 US Marines. What's the story there?
Well, I mean, listen.
Oh, OK. I've lost Lisa, unfortunately, but these are live shots of Los Angeles where we can see massed protesters. Apologies for some of the language that you'll be able to see on some of those signs, but it does appear to show some... At least, sorry, are you back with us?
I'm here, yes.
Sorry,
I'm
apologies.
here.
We lost you there. We took those live images. Look, a lot of people there, you know, masked up, you know, say... I mean, are they not just on the side of illegal immigrants, really?
No, let me tell you something. I've lived in LA most of my life. We did not want this. We are happy. Half of LA is Latino and we all get along. We all work together. We go to school together. And what Trump's thugs have done is gone into garment factory and snatched out women who are working at sewing machines. They've gone to graduations, taken moms out of the stands who are there cheering for their children's graduation.
But are they there illegally, though, Lisa?
People are on their way. Some of them might be, some of them might not be.
Is that not a problem?
We don't know. They're just sweeping up Latinos, and that's why everybody is so angry. That's why you see thousands of people in the streets, because they're being racially profiled. We have no problem here. We did not vote for Trump. We like our immigrants. We like our friends and neighbors. Trump said he was going to go after violent criminals, not mothers working at sewing machines or people showing up for their court appearances.
Do you think
that's why people are mad.
Do you think there might be a slight chance, and I mean this very respectfully, Lisa, that there's something going on with you that there is going on over here as well, which is that you're looking at things through slightly rose-tinted glasses, which is that, OK, look, I appreciate that, you know, those mothers on sewing machines are not really the problem, but they're symptomatic of something bigger, which is that there's a lot of people coming into countries illegally with no representation who might have criminal records and who crucially don't pay a penny in tax. Is that not what the problem is?
Here's the answer to that. Immigrants, including illegal immigrants, actually commit far less crime than American citizens. If you want to reduce the crime rate, you want to bring in more illegals. But look, the bigger issue... Oh, my
gosh.
Well, I'm just talking the facts and the statistics, and show me a study that says I'm wrong, because I'm not wrong about that. They commit less crime because they're afraid of getting caught and getting deported. And they are doing what any of us would do if we lived in a poor country and we can't support our family and there are gangs.
Why don't they apply legally, Lisa?
Across the border. Why don't
they just apply for legal immigration?
Because our system is terrible, and because Congress is inert and has not been able to fix it, and many of them have, and they are literally going to their court appearances because they're on the path to citizenship, and the thugs from ICE are grabbing them from the hallways of court. That's what's happening. That's why you see thousands of people in the street, because we're mad about this.
OK, all right. It's just I have interviewed people in parts of the US where Venezuelan gangs have moved in with rifles and taken over their...
Not in Los Angeles.
No, but do you not think it's
here?
It's not happening in Los Angeles. There's no illegal migrants in gangs in Los Angeles, no?
I don't. Well, of course there are illegal immigrants here. As to whether they're, I mean, we have gangs. I don't know if there's a significant number of illegal immigrants. We have plenty of citizens who are in gangs, but actually gang activity is way down. Crime is way down. If they want to go after violent criminals, everybody would be in favor of that. You wouldn't see people in the streets. What we're upset about is moms. There's a 4-year-old girl who was grabbed, ripped away from her family. These are human beings, and we are the richest nation in the world. We can treat people with dignity.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. Strong stuff. Lisa Bloom there is in Los Angeles. She's an American attorney. Quite interesting stuff there. So that's the view of, obviously, one person in America. I mean, Emma, you're clutching your own face.
I mean, it's just extraordinary. She sounds so unbelievably privileged. I mean, I know that's the sort of thing that people on the left say. I really am just a bit aghast because, you know, it's the principle, right? These people have come here illegally. Like you said, you put every question to her. They've come here illegally, or to the United States illegally. They're paying no money in tax. She doesn't know who, you know, there might be some perfectly lovely people. It doesn't matter whether or not they're living side by side. It's the principle that they're there illegally.
Well, they're all criminals, aren't they? They've committed one crime.
Precisely.
At least that we know of, which is coming into the country illegal in the first place. And if only we took that similar attitude here in the UK, of course, We did legislate to say that no one who came to the UK illegally could stay in the UK, and that was reversed by the current
And of course,
government.
she was saying there that she lives in Los Angeles, and you were bringing up the cases of people in other parts of the United States. But I mean, incredibly privileged of her to be living in Los Angeles, and lovely that she's safe from it. She's insulated from the darker sides of illegal migration.
Yeah, I mean, Andy, look, you I think it's fair to say, probably agree with a lot of what she said. I mean, she did use that quite epic line of, if you want to bring crime down in America, import more illegal immigrants. I mean, you don't agree with that?
I wouldn't go as far as that, I don't think. But I think she actually did raise a fair point, which does play into things that happen over here. I mean, I think I was on your show, Patrick, a couple of months ago. The government did a video where they were deporting people, and it was like Vietnamese nail shop women.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think the same is with Trump. There are types of migrants. There are, criminal migrants that people objectively want deported across the political spectrum. Nobody is queuing up going, we want Vietnamese nail shop ladies deporting. We don't want people at sewing machines deporting. We don't, a 4-year-old girl, I think she said, you don't want them deported. Do you know what I mean?
It's not the point.
I think it is similar.
It's not the point, though. They're there illegally. They have no right to be.
But the 4-year-old girl, if it's a 4-year-old girl,
no, look, I think
she's not had the agency to come on.
Anyone might be sympathetic towards children. Don't get me wrong, but I also think sometimes you have to live with the consequences of your parents' decisions, don't you? And look, we'll see. I mean, hey, that's the scenes from Los Angeles at the moment that we're looking at live. And we are expecting, it's every indication probably there's going to be some kind of confrontation later on this evening.